everybody to another edition of Hidden in the Universal Vault. I'm Ryan, and as you see, I got my head shaved. But that's aside from the topic. But I just want to let you know that's why I have no hair up here. Anyways, let's talk about tonight's film, and this came from my shelf that I had, and I haven't got around to watching this. This is a movie I picked up from Dollar Tree a couple days ago. And that movie is 2018's Assassination Nation. This is actually the first movie I'm covering channel by Neon Productions. Neon Productions was formerly a Universal company. They're now they release films through Decal Distributed, but this is one of the films that they release. So let's talk about the film. The film focuses on three high schoolers that decide they sort of like troll people. Not really troll people, but they basically pay back for the faculty, knowing that the town of Salem, I assume Salem, Massachusetts? They just say Salem. The whole movie takes place in Salem, where again, like I said, these three high schoolers, they get back on the mare. Then all of a sudden one of the students gets called into the principal's office. Yeah, this is a confusing movie because she drew a inappropriate nude photo. There's also, basically, it's messed up. So they want to actually do something to sort of pay back on everybody. So they pay back on the mayor by putting all these, like, the mayor's like in lingerie, and all of a sudden he's on a press conference. He basically kills himself in front of everybody. And that's a little bit... This movie is really hard to watch, kind of hard to review. So, after that happens, she gets called in the principal's office. The principal, like, he's dating, making love to underage girls. So, he basically talks at a big student, sort of like big school board meeting, and now the whole town is calling him a pedophile. It's really weird. There's another scene. The movie, I'll run for the cast. This says Suki Waterhouse. I can't think of the girl's name off the bat. Let me look at it. Suki Waterhouse is Odessa Young, Arba, Akina Noah Rose. If you don't know who that actress is, if you're familiar with the Disney film, she portrayed the role. That actress right here, I'll show you a bit. This actress right here, she was in the 2009 Disney film Princess and the Frog. She played Tiana, the first African American Disney princess in the 2009 film Princess and the Frog. So she plays one of the high schoolers. There's another scene, though I find it weird that there's a scene where the high schoolers are at the pool and Suki Waterhorse, I think her name is. I have another film with her in it called Burn. I will cover that one on the channel. But she's like at the pool, oddly enough wearing, kids wearing these floaty armbands that an 8-year-old would use at the pool when trying to learn how to swim. So she's got that on. It's kind of weird to see a high schooler with a kid's arm swim floaty. So that's one scene at the pool. They're trying to strategize an idea. She's at the dinner table. Her parents think, talking about, I never seen my daughter pose nude. So the dad's like, I never seen my daughter... I never liked looking at my daughter nude, since she was like, I never looked at her as a 2-year-old. And then she's like, why? Because you're my daughter. There's another scene, she's discussing about, what, do you think me being nude as a 2-year-old, getting naked as a 2-year-old considered as child pornography? I kind of like that line, because it kind of proves that point. The days of social media is kind of weird. This movie is super relevant. So after all that, now we get to the meat of what it is. The whole town is starting to go after these four women after that. So it only becomes one night of the purge. So basically they're trying to find her. These two girls get arrested. It becomes one giant bloodbath. Joel McCrea is also in this movie, I forgot. Joel McHale is in it. He plays one of the home invaders. Then one scene, the girls are in a house where there's a home invasion going on. It really gets really weird. It is very violent. This movie is not easy to watch. So she goes into a pep rally and clubs a cheerleader with a baseball bat, and they're all running out of there. Bill Skarsgård, I forgot to mention, he's in the movie. He plays one of the guys. So he calls. They're trying to hold her back, so they call her. I'm not going to say what it is, but let's say you're an expletive. Yeah, I'm not going to say that word because I don't want to have YouTube come up to me and say that's a little bit inappropriate. I don't want to get comments that. Ultimately, there's a lot of derogatory words to women, so if you feel offended at that, don't watch this. This is really hard movie to watch. It was also made by Braun Productions. I covered Queen and Slim, and that was a great movie. So this is my second film from Braun Productions that I'm covering. The other one I watched before, not a Universal movie, but was The Front Runner. That was the first movie by Braun Productions I watched. Good production company. They actually a good production company. But it's really hard. So if you feel desensitized to this kind of thing, don't watch it. So the cops are with the home invaders. She's armed. There's another scene where she gets tackled right in the water with the home invaders. She's got a nail gun. So now we get to them fighting the home invaders. So one gets shot. Her mother gets shot by a home invader. She takes a dive in the water and uses a nail gun to kill one of the home invaders. So she's lucky to get out. The cops arrest the two, and it's like, you can't run forever. So it's like one giant, let's just go after them kind of movie. So it gets really crazy. It's very violent. They torture people in it, though. Basically, they torture those citizens to get them to talk, to basically find who these women are. And basically, she goes, kills the one cop. I'm not going to reveal what happens again. She kills the cop, frees the two girls, and then they get them armed. And it's one giant battle, basically survival of the fittest. This also reminded me of a modern day Salem witch trial, that kind of thing. So all four of them are saved. Yeah, it gets really crazy about that. It also reminds me of another film called Survival of the Game, which was a 90s film, which is that kind of thing. I don't know, I didn't see that one though. The blurb on the front, yeah, but I'll explain that more. Let's actually talk, I'm going to stop right there. Let's talk about my thoughts. And after talking about what did I think, in my opinion, what I think of Assassination Nation, or Assassination Nation, Assassination Nation, Assassination Nation, as the title card says. It's fine. Look, it's really hard for me. I couldn't understand what I was watching. Like the one scene I forgot to mention, the parents know that she doesn't want to put the inappropriate feathers when she didn't. So the parents are even more guilty by letting her out. Also, people trying to hunt her down. One guy gets killed with a shovel in front of a kid. That's a little too much. I don't know if I'm going to keep this one. This is going to be a matter of preference, but the ending was good. The ending kind of did leave on a cliffhanger. It kind of questioned you, that ending. I've been watching a lot of movies that kind of question, but it's better. It is a better movie than the previous films I watched. But just like when I reviewed The Black Dahlia, this movie can be confusing. You gotta kind of pay attention. It's not an easy film. I give Neon credit. They actually did a pretty good job with this film. Their movie Parasite won Best Picture. Their foreign language film won that. So, before I get into the final verdict, I want to kind of show you the artwork. I really dig the whole red, but honestly, I think the red's a little too much. Too much distinct. half the characters are all covered in red, some of them are black, some of them have black hair, some of them, like, her character is gold, has gold hair, glasses, kind of works, kind of doesn't. I kind of would have preferred it was kind of like the poster art. And on the blurb it says from RogerEbert.com, and no, Roger Ebert did not review this film because it's been passed on. He passed on before the movie was ever made. But his website says right there, Mean Girls Meet the Purge. And yes, Mean Girls was not my favorite. Honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't care for Mean Girls, but I did like The Purge. And it's slightly different. Oh, also another thing I'd like to mention is, one of the characters talked about the Casey Anthony trial. I'm like, I can't believe this movie talked about the Casey Anthony trial. I'm like, dang, that's how crazy it is. And yeah, I'm not going to mention about my thoughts on the Casey Anthony trial, but yeah, we all should move on. But anyways, let's take a look. It says here, you asked for it, America. You asked for it, America. That blurb I love on the top. I like the slipcase. I always have my Universal titles with slips. If you look on the back, right here, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to read. I never read about the rating, but there's a lot of descriptions on the back on the rating. There's the lead extended scenes. I did watch the extended scene, and that was okay. A gag reel and trailers. One of the first times Universal put trailers on their films. But it's made by Braun, Foxtail, Phantom 4, a bunch of other productions. There are like 6 production companies in this. But the Universal logo with the neon logo. But anyways, there's not much. Open it up. It's pretty much about the same. Turn the disc over. I was going to upgrade this to Blu-ray, but I changed my mind because one strip is good. I don't know if I'm going to get this one on Blu-ray. I'll probably be fine with the DVD. But as I said before, let me read on the back then we'll get to the final verdict. This movie is rated R, and I'm going to mention this. This is a fair warning if you do decide to watch this. It is rated R for disturbing bloody violence, strong sexual material, including malice, progressive language. Yeah, there's a ton of language in this film. And for drug use, and for drug and alcohol use. And this is what's weird. The Mean Girls DVD says it's rated PG-13 for this one word. This movie still has it. It says, all involving teens. All involving teens. Thank you, Motion Picture Association America. You don't really need to tell us about it. So that's my only complaint. Let's talk about the complaints and let's talk about let's get a couple negatives. One, it's a little too violent. It is probably the most violent film. And I've watched horror films that were tame compared to this. Early horror films from the late 70s were tame. Heck, Jaws is tame compared to something like this. A lot of those old slasher films are tame compared to this. Friday 13 franchise is tame compared to this. So there's a lot of violence. One scene kind of dragged, but that's really about it, though. Basically, the idea is supposed to be about the social media world. And yeah, this movie is super relevant. Just like when I review Queen and Slim, this movie is super relevant to that. So, now that I got out of the way, let's go to the final verdict. Final verdict. Should you see Assassination Nation? If you are very curious, you can probably find this at a Dollar Tree. I got it at a Dollar Tree, so I didn't really spend that much money on this. If you pay more, only get it if you see it at a Dollar Tree. If you pay more for it anywhere else, no, don't see this movie. If you see it for $1, yes. If you see a rental store, yes. To buy the film, no more than $1. Do not pay $1 for this. In fact, I don't even know if I'm going to keep this movie. Honestly, I like my action, but I don't like the heavy use of violence. In fact, the scene I forgot to mention, the old-fashioned razor, I was trying to figure it out, was kind of gross. There's so much blood in the film. that it's really hard for me to recommend this. If you're very queasy and you don't like these types of movies, do not watch this film. Do not pay more than $1. If you see it anywhere else that's charging more than that, you can get the DVD and Blu-ray at a Dollar Tree for like $1.25. If you see it for that price, go ahead and buy it. Go ahead and buy it, but please do not pay more than $1 for this. This is not worth more. This actually almost feels like a budget title. This movie feels like a budget title. If you see it at Walmart for like $5, don't buy it there. You see a Dollar Tree, snatch it, grab it. It's worth checking out. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to keep it. It's going to go into that pink bin until I watch a good chunk of movies. Then I'll make a decision. If I watch a good chunk of movies, I'll make a decision whether to keep it. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to make it on my top list. But I'm done rambling about the film. Thank you again, guys, for watching for this review of Assassination Nation. If you do like more of my reviews, I have plenty more reviews to talk about. I have more movie reviews up there. So be sure to check them out. Follow me on my other social media pages. You can follow me on Twitter. There should be a link in the, there's not link, but if you click into my main page, you'll see in the corner the Twitter logo. You click on that, it'll take you to my Twitter. Give me a follow. Right now I'm at 174 movies. So I've got past that much. Races 200 is still up there, guys. I just posted the third match of the first round. So be sure to, guys, to click onto the community section. You should see that. If you've subscribed to me, you should see that in your page. Till then, I'm done rambling. Like I said, more of a curio, but not worth owning. If that's how I'm going to say it. Curio, worth owning only if you see it for $1 or less. Then grab it. Till then, thank you guys for watching, and come back next time. I'll have another review for you. Bye.